Hello guys, welcome to a new video of this CCNP route series. And in this video, we are going to actually summarize some routes coming from R1 to R2 and R3. So we are going to have this loopback addresses configured on R1, and we are going to summarize so that we only send updates or we only send the routes of 1 through 8, and we are going to do that by summarizing with EIGRP. Okay, but before we can do that, we have to go ahead and configure the interfaces and also EIGRP. So let's go ahead and do that, and let's go ahead to router 1 first. Config T, let's go to interface. Let's start with the loopback 1. IP address for this one, 172.30.1.1, 255.255.255.0. That looks good. And then let's go ahead to look back 2. And for number 2, it's going to be this one. Let's go ahead to 3. For 3, it's going to be this one over here. Here's 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the last one is loop back 8. There we go. So we have configured all the 8 loopback addresses and assigned their IP address so we can advertise it via EIGRP. But first, let's go ahead and configure the interfaces. So let's go ahead to fast Ethernet 01.0.0.0, which is the one going to router 2. And for that, we need to go to IP address. And let's configure the IP address that I have right here, which is 1.30.2. And this one is going to be that 252. Now shut down. Actually, let's just give it a bandwidth first of 256. And then we can just give it a no shutdown. Now let's go ahead to interface fast Ethernet 0/1, which is this one right here, the one going to router 3. Let's give it an IP address of 10.20.2/30, so 252. Let's give it a bandwidth of 128. Now shut down. Okay, so here we go, up and running. So it is working correctly. So I have configured router 1 uh, interfaces. Now let's go ahead and configure EIGRP. And remember, guys, that this number needs to match for all of the routers, otherwise it won't work. Okay, so we need to give 10 for every single one of them. Let's just go ahead and do no auto summary. And if you remember that EIGRP, it is a classless distance vector routing protocol. It also uses multicast 224.0.0.10 to communicate. And what it does, the way that it knows which one is the best route is by using the bandwidth and the delay of the interface. So that's how it finds out which one is the best route to the destination. And what else do you need to know? I think that's about it. The rest we can talk about on another video. So let's go ahead and configure your P. And what we could do, we could add the networks of the loopback addresses, and we can do this different ways. So one way that we can do it is by adding every single one of them like this. So 172.30.1.1, 172.30.2.1, and then adding this wildcard mask. That's the way to do it. But that way you're gonna have to add it individually. it is best practice to add it like this. That's how Cisco recommends to do it. Okay. Another way to do this is by doing doing it like this, right? Because when you have a zero, it needs to match this one, and then it needs to match this one, and then I'm saying for the 2 by 5, and then 2 by 5, I'm saying that I do not care. So that way, with one command, we can add every single one of them. And I'm going to do it this way for now because it's going to save me some time, right? And now, after that, let's just add 30.2, and then let's add network 20.2. All right, let's go ahead and open router 2. Let's go to interface fast ethernet 0/0, IP address 10.1.30.1/30. Now shut down, exit, interface fast ethernet 1.0, IP address of 10.1.2.2.252. Now shut down. This is the IP address going to router 3. Also, let's see if we are able to do ping 10.1.30.2, which is router 1. And as you can see, guys, we're able to ping router 1, so we have connectivity between the two routers. So now let's go ahead and do a router EIGRP 10, right? Because 10 was the same one that I assigned for router 1. Let's do just no auto summary. And let's add network 10.1.30.1. And there we go. We have formed a neighbor relationship with EIGRP. So now let's go ahead and exit this. Let's go ahead and end show IP route. And you're going to see that we have a bunch of routes um, for EIGRP. As you can see, the D stands for EIGRP. That means that it is an EIGRP route. So we have one for 2, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, right? And all of them are coming from fast Ethernet 0/0. But what we want to do is we want to summarize these routes from being advertised, because right now what is being advertised, as you can see over here, what is being advertised, it's the entire network. So it is advertising the 172.30.0.0, which is, so it is the way that it's advertising is, I'm going to show you. We're going to just copy this so you guys can see it better. So it is advertising 172.30.255.255. So what it's doing right now, it is advertising 172.30.0.0 all the way through 172.30.255.255. And we don't want that because we do not want to advertise all of those routes because we do not have all those routes, right? So what we want to do actually is we want to advertise 172.30 that one all the way to 172.30 that 8.0. Okay, and how do we do that? We can do that by adding of a subnet mask of 255.255.248.0. That's the way we can do that. Okay, if you do not know about subnet or about subnetting, And if you're looking at this video, which is a CCNP video, you should know how to subnet if you are trying to go for your CCNP. If you do not know, then you are in trouble. Just telling you that right now. Okay, so we are going to fix this the way that it is advertising or the way that it is sending this to router 2. And the way we can do that is by summarizing. And the way we can summarize is by going to the interface right here, and we have to put summary. I don't see anything about summary or summarize. Let's see if we have it. Doesn't look like this router has. Um, I don't think this router summarizes IP addresses. So let's go exit. Let's go to router EIGRP 10. We cannot even do it from here. Can we? Nope. Exit. Subscribe. Not even that. Huh. Interesting enough. So we cannot even summarize from here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a interface. Let's see if this router has it. Let me go ahead and start. So cancel into it. Config T interface faster than 0/0. Huh. This one does not have it either. Am I doing something wrong? Let's go ahead. Okay, so let's go ahead to Google EIGRP route. So click on the first link like I always do. The command is okay. Route. Mm-hmm. Hmm. I thought I knew how to do it, guys. Okay, so you need. Okay, so here's the command. It's IP summary address. I was just doing summary first, so you need to do IP summary address. Sorry for that, guys. Let's go back. Just showing you guys that I am human and I do not know by hand every single command. So we got to go to interface fast Ethernet 0/0 IP summary address. Here we go. And we are going to summarize EIGRP. And which EIGRP number do we want to summarize? It's 10 because that's the one that we are using. And what is the IP address that we want to summarize? It's 172.30.0.0, 255.255.255, actually that 248.2 that. So it's 255.255.248.0. Okay, and here we go. As you can see, it resynced the summary configure. So now, as you see right here, this is the how the routes were coming. Now, if we do a show IP route again, you're going to see something different. Here we go. So we are actually summarizing this network over here, it's actually not coming from the 24 anymore. You see that it's coming for a 16 and it's using the 21. This one's using 24. So we're actually summarizing and not having big, um, this big IP route over here. This routing table is not as big anymore because we are summarizing it. All right. So let's go ahead and do the same with router 3, even though we haven't configured yet. So let's go ahead and configure router 3 first. Configure T, interface fast Ethernet 1, IP address 10.1.20.1.252, no shutdown. Let's see if we're able to do a ping to 10.1.20.2, which is router 1 over here. We're able to ping router 1. Great. Now let's go to interface fast Ethernet 1, 0, IP address of 10.1.2.1.252, no shutdown. Let's go ahead and ping 10.1.2.2, which is router 2. And we're able to ping router 2. Great. So now let's go ahead and exit router EIGRP 10. Let's just do another summary. Let's do a network 10.1.2.2. I don't remember if I added, actually, it's not that 2, it's that 1. Okay, so I did not add 10.1.2.2 on router 2. So let's go ahead and do that. Router EIGRP 10, network 10.1.2.2. Here we go. So now we have formed a network relationship between router 2 and router 3. Now, let's go ahead and form a network relationship between router 3 and router 1. There we go. Network relationship form. Now let's go in. Let's do show IP route. And let's see if it is summarizing. Aha! It is now summarizing. Why isn't it summarizing the EIGRP um, route? Why is my routing table so big? Well, it is big, or it is that big, because I only summarize going to router 2, because I only summarize interface fast Ethernet 0/0. Okay, so we need to also summarize going to router 3, which is interface 0/1. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. We can actually just do like this, and it's going to be the same command. Here we go. There we go, resynced, summary configure. So let's go ahead to router 3, and let's do a show IP route again, and it should be summarized. There we go. Now it is summarized. I have just summarized this um, this big IP routing table. Okay, so that is the way that you can actually summarize IP addresses using EIGRP. And if you guys have any questions on how to summarize and how to do any of this stuff, just leave a comment on the video below. And also, if you haven't done so, go ahead and follow me on Twitter, like always. Like I always say on every single one of my videos, go ahead and follow me on Twitter. Only 2 more followers to 500, pushing for 500. Okay, so thank you guys for watching, and I see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.